there are 130 single cells to help special prisoner under solitary confinement. What was a special prisoner, or what was the idea behind that? A special prisoner, for example, were German clergymen, bishops, who had shown resistance against the euthanasia program to kill handicapped people. And Hitler did not dare and did not risk to kill the German bishops because the German bishops were very, very popular. A four-star general from France was also imprisoned here. The cousin of Charles de Gaulle in one of the other concentration camps, even the son of Stalin was arrested. The idea was either to make a deal with them, you get your four-star general back and we get some German prisoners back, or you reduce the resistance against our system and your priests get some privileges. Because Dachau was the concentration camp to imprison clergymen. 3,000 priests were imprisoned here and they played a special role. Hitler made a deal with the Vatican so that the priests did not have to do forced labor, but on the other hand it didn't make it easier for the priests because the majority of the guinea pigs for the medical experiments were taken from the group of the priests. But we will come to that later. When the Nazis found out at the very, very end that there is no chance to win the war anymore, the majority of these celebrities, they were executed. The German bishops, they survived and they became famous bishops after World War II. By walking through the, now I would like to talk about punishment measures in a nutshell. What did they do? One way to punish prisoners was to fix the prisoner on a whipping trestle and to beat him with an ox whip. So there is a historical, they have a remake of this whipping trestle here in the museum. And as an additional harassment, the prisoners had to count the hits in German. So the first priority for the prisoners when they entered the camp was to be qualified to count in German. Because if they failed, if the pronunciation was wrong, they started the entire process from the beginning. This was a way to torture and to punish prisoners, not to kill them. If they want to kill somebody, remember, return undesired RU, they hit him a little bit more upwards into the kidneys. And then it took 5 days till the prisoner died. And then it was not the fault of the jailers, so he died due to diseases or whatever. Many of these punishment measures were carried out by other prisoners. Here we have some examples. All the dirty jobs, even the hangman, was carried out by other prisoners. This gives you an idea about the atmosphere. For something more to eat, something more to drink, or to getting some privileges, it was never a problem for the jailers to find a volunteer who was willing even to torture and to execute other prisoners. Made it extremely difficult when the Americans had set up the war crime court to find out who is guilty, who is personally guilty. The jailers always had the excuse, sorry, it was not me, the Ukraine prisoner tortured the Polish prisoner, and the Russian prisoner executed the French prisoner. So all the dirty jobs were carried out by other prisoners. We will talk about that later in a more detailed way. The other horrible torture was carried out in that way. They called it the pole hanging. Here is a drawing, and this stands for the following: that the arms of the victims were tied behind his back and he was hanging over the floor. And the biggest threat, the biggest problem was a dislocated shoulder. And after that horrible torture, normally you were no longer able to work. But we know from the prisoners that they were very, very talented to fix the bones immediately into the right location after that torture. So in a nutshell, just 2 ways to punish the prisoners. At least one, in additional ones, you will find on your way through the bunker, on the right-hand side is the historical location of the so-called standing cell. The standing cell is a horrible torture. It stands for a box 70 by 70 centimeters, and the prisoners were imprisoned there for 42 days. And every 4 days they got out of the box, they got something to eat and something to drink. What was the idea behind that? To put pressure on the prisoners to force them to commit suicide. So they gave him a knife, for example. Yesterday I just studied a diary from a survivor. This describes a little bit the atmosphere. Give me some seconds. So this is handwritten, I hope the translation is okay. 10 times and more, the door was flung open. The rope is still unused, shouted the jailer. you are a cowardly pig. If you had character, then you had the courage to finish your life. This I have to hear a few times each day. They always want to keep up appearance. Okay, questions?